Welcome back to The Real Story, bottom of the hour. Now, Senator Rand Paul trying to set himself apart as a fiscal conservative, hitting fellow Senator Marco Rubio last night on tax credits and military spending.
So the family is the most important institution in
Nevertheless,
society.
it's not
and yes,
very
I do want to rebuild the American military.
How's it conservative?
I know that Rand is a committed isolationist. I'm not. I believe the world is a stronger and a better place when the United States is the strongest military power in the world.
Marco, how is it conservative? How is it conservative to add $1 trillion expenditure for the federal government that you're not paying for? How is it conservative? How is it conservative to add $1 trillion in military expenditures? You cannot be a conservative if you're going to keep promoting new programs that you're not going to pay for.
Monica Crowley is the online opinion editor of the Washington Times and a Fox News contributor. Who is right?
Well, you know, this is one of the most important debates that we're having, not just in the Republican Party, but the country at large. So it's really good, I think, for the country to see that very smart, well-informed exchange between the two. And both of them actually do have legitimate points. Senator Paul was talking about how we got to a $19 trillion national debt, which is that the right wants military spending and the left wants domestic spending. And so both sides give to each other and you end up overspending. But I do think in the end that Senator Rubio won that point, because he made a point that I've been making for years, which is that none of the other issues that we talked about last night, we talk about here, the economy, education, you name it, none of them matter if we're all dead. Totally. The national security of this country comes first, and then you worry about every other issue.
Okay. Now, something else that happened, Russian President Putin, that is, he played a sideline role in the debate. Candidates arguing over who knows him best and how to confront him. Well, Donald Trump and Carly Fiorina even sparring over who may have met him and where. So what did you make of this?
Yeah, there was something of a green room debate about who has actually spent time face-to-face with Vladimir Putin. To me, this is a typical kerfuffle that comes up when people do fact checks about who was actually right about making a certain point here and there. What matters to me is less about who was in the green room with Vladimir Putin than how, as president, you are going to handle Vladimir Putin and Russia's new aggression.
Yeah, it's interesting because none of the articles really talked about that point today. They did go back to fact check. Turns out Donald Trump was on 60 Minutes with Putin, but they were in different continents.
Yes, Putin was in Moscow and Mr. Trump was in New York. And
Fiorina met him, I believe, in Beijing in 2001. They spent 45 minutes together in a green room-like setting before they went out to do a forum.
It's not necessarily about the FaceTime you've had with these leaders, but how, as president, you were going to handle them, especially when they're adversarial like Vladimir Putin.
Well said. Monica, thank you.
You bet.